This is GOC weather with the 10:30 p.m. update. All right, we're looking at Hurricane Irma, obviously right now. I'll go ahead and say this before I get into anything else. Is a lot of my images come from the National Hurricane Center and the Tropical Tidbits page. All this is available to the public, so go check it out for yourself. All right. So this is the 8 p.m. intermediate advisory from the National Hurricane Center for Hurricane Irma. It is centered at 17.2 degrees north, 60.5 degrees west. Its current movement is at 15 miles per hour. Its pressure is at 916 millibars. Current winds are at 185 miles per hour and gusting to 225 miles per hour. For all of you who do not know a lot about hurricanes, Hurricane Irma is tied for second right now as the strongest hurricane on record in the Atlantic Basin in terms of wind. The strongest was Hurricane Allen in 1980 at 190 miles per hour. Do I think Irma will tie Allen or even surpass Allen? Yet to be seen, and it frankly really doesn't matter. Irma is incredibly strong and destructive, and 5 miles per hour up or down really doesn't make that much of a difference at this point. It's extremely strong. All right, we're going to move into the satellite imagery. Right now, this is satellite currently for Irma. As you see, it's day and then shifts to night. Right there, it is bearing down on the islands, and those two northern islands right there may see a direct hit from the eye wall of Hurricane Irma, which is not good. All right, we're going to go to, this is the Hurricane Hunter Recon. Hold on one second. Let's reload that. Okay, here we go. This is current from the Hurricane Hunters. And pretty much what I'm trying to show you this is I believe it's trying to go into an eyewall replacement cycle, if not finish one. And so pretty much what that means is during these eyewall replacement cycles, the hurricane will do a couple things. It'll either maintain intensity or even drop a little bit in intensity in terms of wind. But what it's also doing is once the eyewall replacement cycle is complete, the winds will expand even further out into the storm. And this is, obviously worse. It's just pretty much the hurricane is growing and breathing. It's very healthy, and that's pretty much what it's showing. All right, we're going to go into the GFS model right now. All right, so main takeaways from the GFS model right here is this is the newest one at 18Z, and a new one's going to come out in about an hour and a half that I will look at too, but it will not be on this update. All right, so this one's a little bit different than the last one. All right, it brings a little bit further north than its previous run. Yeah, and it tries to curve it sooner than most other models are saying, which would be a near miss for Florida, then up to the Carolinas. Now, I don't particularly like this, how it's doing this right now, because I just don't believe that's even close to happening. I mean, it's a possibility. I just don't think it's a likely scenario right now. It's putting too much stock in one variable. That's what it's doing. But you go over to the European model, and what it has, came out at 12Z, another one comes out in about 3 or 4 hours, and it has it hitting Cuba and then turning up north and trying to hit the Keys and actually making another landfall past the Keys on this side of Florida, as you see, and then it tries to bring it up into the Georgia Carolina area. So what you're seeing pretty much just the changes from model to model, and it not only does it change from different model to different model, it'll also change each run. So these are not forecast. Let me put that in. These are not forecast. These are just scenarios. If the atmosphere were to line up exactly like it is in this run, that's what would happen. But we all know that everything changes, and as far as the impacts of South Florida, we're even probably 24 hours away from really knowing what the impacts will be to South Florida. And as far as the Georgia and Carolinas, we're still 72 hours away from knowing with some certainty the impacts that will come there. All right, and lastly, I want to go over these are the latest hurricane models for Irma. As you see, we have pretty much two types right now. We have a type that is trying to go to right over Miami and Florida, and then bring it up in the Georgia, South Carolina area, and then the other type that turns it north quickly and impacts North Carolina, South Carolina area. So pretty much, the models are kind of all over the place. Well, not all over the place. There's, you can kind of see they're not concrete. These models change every 6 hours. 6 hours ago, half the models had it go into the Big Bend of Florida. So, they vary. Don't really take this as an absolute until we get about 72 hours out, to be honest. But that's all I have right now. And I was getting word today that in Statesboro, Georgia, some gas stations are running out of gas. Now, I like that everyone is, aware of Irma and that are, preparing for Irma. But, just kind of take everything, with a grain of salt. It's not a guarantee that it will impact Statesboro, Georgia in any way. It is not guaranteed. But there is a chance, and as the days go by, the chances are growing. So that is all I'll say about this. I will have an update tomorrow around anywhere between 10 a.m. and noon. I'll let you know on Twitter. But thank you for watching.